Morning, everyone. I greet you all. One lady wrote to us. She said she used to wishes to have a lot of money, to be very wealthy, and her husband also must have money, you know. And she got this boyfriend she was dating in high school, and along the line, she got pregnant for him, and the people insisted she must get married to him, and she was just uh, 20 years as of the time this issue happened, and they ended up pushing her to get married to him, and they all both get married. And things started, they started living together, and the things was not really that fine. And they started life together. The guy is a hustler, though, kept hustling to make sure they better their life, and she also was just at home trying to raise the child, and you know the guy was working. From there he resigned and started his own business, and things was not really the way she wanted, or even how the husband wanted it, but they would keep striving to make sure the better thing. But the problem is that she used those nasty words on him, like pushing him harder, trying to tell him a lot of nasty words that you're poor, you don't want to make money, you doing things, nothing is coming out. Look at your friends, because all his friends is ahead of him. They build houses, they build hotel, and he built nothing. He only managed to buy a land which there was nothing on top. As the point as at the time going, when he keep pressing him, he started just little by little to build a house. But like like 1 year, just gonna put maybe like one block or things like that. The thing is not moving, and she keep pushing him and pressing him, telling him a lot of things. And the guy was, and because of this issue, she refused to get pregnant again for him. Only that child, it was a male a child. He didn't want to get pregnant for him again because of that issue, because she needed a wealthy life. She needed to to be living in that high class, but which things was not the way she planned it, or the way she wanted it. And she was not happy with the marriage. She was not happy. She was just so angry every time. She's so pissed off. She don't even like to give him food. When he comes back, he has to request for food before she can wake up and do it, and say you must go get food yourself. That kind of behavior women do when the husband is not up and doing. And along the line, this guy got fed up of this whole thing, because the pressure was so much on him that he couldn't bear it anymore, and the guy ended up committing suicide. It's painful. He committed suicide, and she up to date, she was 20 years when this thing was going on. She's 25 now. There were 5 years in the marriage. Within that 5 years that all these whole things was happening. Then after the husband died, sorry, at 25, according to her story. And when the husband died at 25, she's 3 years now, which is 28. But she refused to get married since the husband died, because she's so guilty. She's feeling guilty of the husband's death, that she's the one who killed the husband, and because of that, she don't want to get married again. She just want to be left, the way she must suffer for what she did, according to what she said. That she felt that not getting married, to another person will kind of easing up the pain she's having in her heart, that she was the one who killed the husband. She wasn't the one. She didn't stab him, neither did she shoot him. But the thing is that she felt that because of the pressure she was mounting on the husband, that make the man, sorry, to go and commit suicide, to go hang himself. So she felt so guilty over it. She don't want to get married again. She just want to be left alone with the only child, to suffer the pain. Now she's asking, we must read this thing for other people to learn from it, and also, what do we advise her to do? She don't want to get married, but her people are asking her to remarry. She's asking, what do we advise her? Because she's confused at this point, because she really just want to be left the way she is now. Um, the truth is that, yeah, you contributed to your husband's death. There's no two ways about it. You contributed to it. Now the thing is going to every other person, ladies especially. We are not competing with anyone. There is no need putting pressure on your husband. If maybe he's not up to the next person, or the friends are doing well and he's not doing well, wait for the time. God's time is the best. Even though people can say, no, which God's time are you waiting for? Go out there, make money. It's not as if he's laying at home, not doing anything. It's not as if he's not working. It's not as if he's not engaging on his business. He's doing something. It's just that things has not clicked. It's just that things is not really going well the way it's supposed to. Does not necessarily mean you should keep putting pressure on him. What I have said this thing before and I'm repeating it again. The only thing men need from you is peace of mind, inner heart peace. That's the only thing men need from you. A man can undergo any kind of pressure outside, he can uphold it. A man can go through shit out there, he can uphold it, but he cannot take it when he come back home and face the same thing again. He'd rather stay out there than coming back home. When a man realizes that when he come back home, he cannot get peace, he'd rather stay out there. Sometimes you see them parking on the alongside of the road on the phone. Stay there 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. You think he's busy doing or working or doing anything. No. He's thinking about the nagging or problematic wife he got at home. That's what makes him to park along the line and stay inside the car. Refuses getting home. You see. So you people should learn how you treat your husband. They deserve peace of mind from you. They don't deserve. Men is going through a lot in life. You see, men, sometimes you see a man, he will stay 2 years. He has never entered any clothing shop to buy one cloth for himself because he's trying to look after you people. Because he's trying to look after the kids and after you, the wife, and even his family. He's doing all these things. It's not as if he don't want to look good like other people. It's not as if, but because he calculates his responsibility, he put up the stand table and see the way he's going to make sure that he takes all his responsibility and he ignore himself. He totally ignore everything he can do for himself. Sometimes he sees something good he must buy to eat, he ignore it. He will see a raining cloth he can buy to wear, he ignore it. He see a raining car, he has the money to buy it, he ignore it because he wanted to use that money to look after you people. But if you want to pay him back, you keep nagging, you keep being nasty to him, keep being rude, you keep being wicked to him. By saying all sort of shit to him. And most of you are lucky to get married to a very nice husband, but because of the way you do, imagine, he's a hustler, you said it yourself. He's trying to make sure that he do something good to change and better the situation. But what do? He keep pushing him. You keep telling him all sorts of nonsense. And he get fed up. He ended up see that things are not working out and he's tired of hearing this kind of thing from his own wife. And probably his parents also saying the same thing because they might not happy the way you guys got married because of the pregnancy. We know back there in the West Africa, pregnancy before or being kids from school getting pregnant is always a problem. The parents who push them out, the parents who force them to get married, the parents that don't contribute, they ignore them, they leave them alone to go and face and suffer to see what they did to themselves. That's what they do there in West Africa, especially Nigeria. And instead of you to stay together and make things work out for both of you, what do? You single yourself out and start pushing your husband in front and make sure that you suffered him. He ended up going to hang himself because he can't take it anymore. And men also, no matter the pressure anybody should amount on you, shouldn't make you to take your life. You didn't give yourself life. So what will make you to kill yourself in this sweet life? No matter how, no matter what anybody should tell you, no matter how bad someone pressure you, you shouldn't take your life. For no reason will you take your life. Is so precious. Life is so nice. Something you don't get in 20 years, in one day you can get it. Opportunity can come at any time. Something can happen. The only thing you should do is that make sure you're on the right track. Make sure you don't take things from people. Make sure you don't rob people. Make sure you don't do bad things. Make sure you don't engage yourself in things that will weigh you down. And trust me, God will remember you someday. Keep your hands clean. Do the right thing. Be on the right track. That thing you're doing that is putting food on your table, keep doing it. Don't deviate. Don't change. Just keep doing it. One day, if you don't stop, anything you're doing in this life, you don't stop, God will surely bless you on it. One day, somebody will remember you. Your angel will one day, your destiny helper will one day found you along the line that this guy has been on this thing for years and refused to give up. Even people that is do whatever it thinks you're doing, continue doing it. Don't give up. The only word we don't like to hear is giving up. Never give up. Keep doing it. Keep being on the right track. God will eventually find you someday and bless you and give you that which you're looking for. There's no need killing yourself. How will you take your life? If you felt that you can't take it anymore, instead of taking away your life, rather divorce the woman. Yes. We're not encouraging divorce, but instead of you to kill yourself that you cannot take the pressure your wife is mounting on you, is either you leave, go somewhere and stay like 1 year before you come back home, or divorce the wife and get someone that will give you peace of mind, because that's all we need. And you women, don't pressure your husband. We are not in competition with anyone. Men also, you should mind the way you felt, degraded or felt, below other classes because of your friends are building house or building this or riding this kind of car. Your time is coming. There are still your friends that are already in the grave. You don't think about those ones. There are still your friends who are laying in the hospital. Don't think about those ones. There are your friends who is in the police custody for years. They're giving them 20-something years and they're innocent. They don't do anything. Don't think about those ones. Huh? Yes. There are your friends in the hospital. Their leg is hanging up their head. They don't even eat through their mouth. They eat through the side of their tummy. You don't think about them. They're human beings like you. Those ones that don't even thinking about money to build a house or money to buy a car or money to buy clothes. All they're asking God is just to make them to stand on their feet. They don't need nothing. They don't need money. They don't want anything. Just God, let me stand on my feet. I'm fine. That's their prayer point. And you're killing yourself because your friend is building a house. Your friend is buying flights. Your friend is buying a private jet. Your friend is buying the other one. You're buying. Fuck it, man. You can't kill yourself because your friend did this. You cannot do it. Let's be contented with what you have. Let the little you have be enough until God increase more to you. Don't kill yourself because, and this problem is rampant there in our homeland, in Nigeria, especially in Igbo land. There's too much competition. Young youth killing themselves because of what? Competition within there is no need. You are not in competition with anybody, whether you have or not. What matters is your life. That's the only thing that matters. Once there is life, there is hope. Once there is life, you can achieve anything at any moment once you have life. Don't kill yourself because of the Mr. A did this and Mr. B did that and you, Mr. C, has not done it. No. All those people who are running speed more than themselves are still, you see the way they're ending up. You see the way they are dying. Sometimes they end up not even achieving it. But you're still alive today, hoping that you're going to make it. Them that die, their whole hope is ended. But once you're alive, you still got hope that you're going to make it someday. So why killing yourself? Huh? Why envying others? It's their time. Your own time is coming. Abraham Lincoln is an example. People should always remember. Take people's story to figure out how to handle your own. It's a human being. Do you know how many times he has contested for election and he fell? He never give up. Why are you giving up on your life? Huh? Why are you giving up on your life? All those people, all those great men today, all those heroes today, if they go Google it, go and read their antecedents, go and read the things they went through before they become who they are today, so that you learn from it. Don't be faster than your shadow. Don't be so fast. I must not speed, my man. Wherever you take it easy. It shall be well. We are here today. Nobody, you don't know tomorrow. Tomorrow is pregnant. You don't know what is going to give birth to. No one knows what is going to happen next. The world never know that coronavirus is going to come in this year and put them the way they are today. Nobody, and you don't know what is going to come next. A lot of things is happening. Pray for life. That's the most important. Don't kill yourself because this one is doing that. Everything will come together at the right time. That's the only thing. So even if a woman is mounting pressure on you, don't kill yourself because of it. Overlook the people who is building. That is their own time. Provided you have a shelter over your head. Clear. That's all you need. Provided you can afford to keep food on your table for your family to eat. That's what matters. You can only call yourself a failure if you cannot be able to afford food for your parent, for your family to eat. That's when you call yourself. That when it means you're not attesting to your responsibility. But once you can provide for them to feed, that's what matters. You can pay your kids' school fees. You can buy a cloth and make sure your wife look nice. For you, Boza, you trying. Don't kill yourself because of if your wife is a mounting pressure on you. Clap, check, put her one side, let her keep quiet. Don't mind her. It shall be well. You must sit her down and talk sense to her. Stop mounting pressure on your husband's women. Leave them. Things good will come. You must ask those ones who is beating her how they made their money. Your husband decided not to use his wife, the wife, or even his mother or his parent to do ritual. If you want to make money quick, he's gonna use you, the wife, to do ritual. Then he's gonna go marry another wife. So stop putting pressure because you make them to end up putting hand in the wrong thing. Some of them, when you put that pressure, they'll go and do money ritual. You are the one who is causing it. Check yourself. So let us be okay with the one we have, believing that we're gonna make it, be on the right track, and God will eventually, vindicate us from all these things we are going through. God will see us through. Things will happen. Just try and change it by being on the right track. Don't fold your hands to sit on the fence and wait for things to run you. Run things in the right way. Don't do the illegality. Don't involve yourself in a bad thing. And trust me, every good thing will locate you someday. All those things will come to you at the right time. Believe me. I hope this thing will reach to all the people who needed to hear it. Send your message to us. We will read it. Please, let us try to do the right thing. You need to go get married. There is no need suffering yourself. Your husband, I know wherever he is, he will realize that you've really felt remorse over what you did. Unfortunately, he's no longer there to see you or to enjoy with you. But don't stop punishing yourself again. The deed has been done, and there is no way about it because the problem is there. Once death is involved, there is no two ways. There's nothing we can do about it. So, you go get married and move on with life. Since you're still alive, life goes on. There is no way you will keep suffering yourself because you felt guilty over what. Yeah, you contributed to his death, but you can't keep living that way. For how long are you going to stay? Okay? Unless you felt that this one child is enough, that you want to live for the child, then it's okay. You can stay for not getting married again. But if you felt you still want to have kids, go get married. He's dead, he's dead. There's nothing you can do about it. But if you felt you just want to live for him, stay in his family and look after this child until you grow. You want to stay that way. It's okay. There is nothing bad if you decide not to get married again. Nothing bad about it. But if you want to, if you search your heart, if you want to, not because of the pressure anybody is putting to you, but if you decide on your own self that you really want to get married again, go get married. There's nothing bad about it, okay? And live your life. It's okay, but make sure when you get married again, don't repeat the same thing. Otherwise, you're going to keep killing your husband. Thank you so much. I believe other people will learn from it and not to repeat the same mistake. Bye for now. We'll talk in the next one.